Alright. The name is Dale. Doing the album review for the new Erick Sermon album called VERNIA, which is named after his grandmother. This album review is done on behalf of Audio Liquor Magazine. Erick Sermon has been in the business for a very long time. He started off with the legendary group EPMD. They are one of my favorite groups of all time. I believe they're in my top 5 groups / duos of all time. And I believe their first album dropped in 1988, which was titled Strictly Business. It's a classic in my opinion. I think their second album, which is titled Unfinished Business, is a classic. Then they went on to make another very good album, and Business as Usual, and then Business Never Personal. Then they had an ugly breakup where you had niggas running up in other niggas' houses about money over money. It's amazing that they ever got back together, but they did. Then they came out with an album called Back in Business. Then they did Out of Business. Then years later, they dropped another album called We Mean Business. So I think they had like 7 albums total as a group, EPMD. And then also, of course, Erick Sermon has done about 8 solo albums. 2 of them I haven't heard before. I think the 2 previous before this new one that I'm about to review, I never heard. But he dropped his first solo album, No Pressure, in 1993. And he went on to do the next album, Double or Nothing. Eric Onassis was another album titled Music. Then he did another album called React. And he also dropped a group album with Redman and Keith Murray. And they was, as a group, they were called Def Squad. They dropped the El Nino album. And as a solo artist, Erick Sermon has had some hits, some radio hits. Some like Hidden Switches. A track called Focus, which featured DJ Quick and Exhibit. That was a banger, club banger, that also got love in the streets. He dropped a big hit in Music where he used the Marvin Gaye sample. He dropped another radio song called React, which was produced by Just Blaze. So he's had a few hits under his belt as a solo artist. But I'm going to go into the review of the new album, VERNIA. And I'm not going to go into detail with every song. I think it's maybe like 13 songs total. It was a few that I didn't like. Not that they was whack, I just didn't care for them. The first song that starts off the whole album starts off with a bang. It's called Pain. It's featuring this guy named RJ Payne. And he's the only one that raps on it. Erick Sermon doesn't rap on this song. This dude is nice. I don't know who he is. I never heard of him before, but he has like one long verse and he kills it. I mean, he gets his man. I want to find out more about this guy, see if he's dropping any solo projects at any point. His metaphors are on point. Dude was highly impressive. Then you got another track called Wake Up No Fear. It has that Roger Troutman feel that EPMD, the group, used to be known for, and also Erick Sermon and his production is known for from time to time. It starts off with some singing with a little touch of auto-tune on it. It's funky as hell. The beat is funky with the claps. One long verse from Erick Sermon. I really dig it. Then you got another song called The Game featuring AZ and Styles P. Styles P does a lot of features. I can't even, if they did a list of how many features he's done, it'd be a very, very long list. And he got his man, so the AZ is singing on it. The beat is very light on drums, but it works. I really dig the sample. Everyone shines, but Erick Sermon really stood out. He got his man, he had some lines in there. Then you got another track called Cabinet. I really dig the concept. It's a song where Erick Sermon comes up with his own hip hop presidential administration cabinet where he appointing all these different artists to be the lead or the head of every branch of government. Really creative, I like it. And he has another track called Stay Real Part 2 featuring Nature and Keith Murray. It's just bars, they talking shit. Keith Murray kills it. He was the standout. Then he has another track called 300E, which is referring to a Benz, the Benz 300E. It's produced by Rockwaller. Erick Sermon did not produce this track. Yeah, female singing on the hook. It has that slow 80s funk vibe to it. That sound. It sounds like some Cameo shit, the group Cameo. And it's a great song to drive through the city on a nice day where the weather's nice and you're just rolling around the streets at different spots. And that's basically what the song is about. He's telling a story where he's hitting different spots through the city in his 300E, running across different artists, reflecting. It's like a reflecting on something that happened in the past with him. It's a very good, feel-good song, but it has that funk to it, which he's known for, and Rockwaller is known for. He has that funky kind of style of production to his music as well. Then you have another track which ends the whole project called VERNIA, produced by Apathy. I believe that's his name. I really dig this song. It might be one of my favorite joints on there. It's a track where he's talking about his grandmother. And I don't recall any songs about an artist's grandmother. I'm sure there have been songs of it. I just can't recall anybody making any songs about their grandmother. It's rare. You know, you got a lot of songs about an artist's mother. People make a lot of songs about their mother, but I rarely hear any songs about their grandmother. I love the music for the track. The sample is crazy. Love the hook. It's a standout track. It really made me appreciate the whole album as a whole. There's a few songs that I didn't like. A few songs that just was okay. Not bad, but I tend to skip them. He has a song called Zion, which features Exhibit, David Banner, and Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, Shaq. Shaq is rapping on this joint. It's produced by Ty Fife. And it's not whack. It just doesn't work for me for some reason. I'm kind of like on the fence. It's like I like certain aspects of it, but then there's certain aspects of it I don't. And he has another song called That Girl, which I really don't care for, but it works if you playing it at a cookout. It's like the perfect song for a cookout. So I can't totally knock it, even though I don't listen to the song. I see where it would work during the summertime or during that type of season where you're outside, you got a cookout and you throw that on, it'll fit right in. Erick Sermon has talked about doing a future project where he'll have an album with a compilation of the best duos and groups, well, best duos on a whole album. I thought that was a great idea. I hope he actually completes that project. I believe he says he already had some music in the can with Mobb Deep and Helter Skelter before Prodigy and Sean Price passed away. So I'm very interested to hear that if he ever completes that album. And he also, I heard him in an interview, he has a sampling business, which I also thought was a genius idea where he'll become the go-to guy to clear samples, where you wouldn't have to go through all that politics and all that bullshit to get samples cleared. I don't know exactly how it works. From my understanding, he would buy the rights to certain old albums, old music, and then the artists, if they want to sample that old album, they'll come through him and they wouldn't have to go through all the bullshit and high ass prices for the sample. So I thought that was great. You know, Erick Sermon is also known as a producer as well. He's produced for other artists besides his group EPMD. He's produced for Redman, Keith Murray, of course, Jodeci, LL Cool J, Scarface, you name it. So he's well respected as a producer as well. So I would give this album, VERNIA, a B-. Like I said, it was some tracks that I skipped, but the songs that I like, I really appreciate. I still recommend you get it online, download it, purchase it. I'm done. I'm finished. There you have it.